Okay, you probably know who it is. The big man, Father Moo. Well, it looks like it's Sunday again. It hasn't been Sunday very much this month. We got lots of little videos for January going up, but I'll admit there's been less of the Nord Modular stream. Sorry about that. Back from my vacation in Thailand, which was awesome, very relaxing, 4 days, just chilling out. Last time I was there, I brought some music making gear with me, but this time I've been going so hard for January already that I decided just to take a break and chill. Played some video games, so that was fun. But we're back at it again, and just a moment before I started the stream, I backed up all the patches off of this synth so we can go ahead with overwriting them with our next series of 100 patches or so. I really have no desire to stop doing this project. This is what I think I'm good at, and I mean other things too, but at least for this is something nobody else is really doing full time, and I'm going to keep at it. In fact, there's a part of me that even wants to go and mess around with VCV rack and talk over that, but although I know you're a rack, I'm a complete beginner at VCV, and there's tons of modules in there I do not know, so I don't want it to be a kind of blind leading the blind thing. At least when I do stuff in Nord Modular, I know what most of the modules do, or the ones I use, I know what their functions are. So anyway, without further ado, let's dive into something different. Had some ideas going into this one. In one of my previous patches, I had like a drum line going and I had a melody going, and I added in a little OR circuit so that there was a random pulse, and if the random pulse was off, then the OR circuit wouldn't be fulfilled. Sorry, it was an AND circuit. And because of that, it basically meant the sequencer was turned off for the melody some of the time, or you could say ignored if not turned off. So that's kind of what I want to do today, a variation on that idea. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the 8-input mixer. I don't know if we'll get to that many voices, but we'll just see. Try and get a few going here. Okay, so let's just talk it through. Well, the other fun thing I did from last time was I really liked that speedrun episode. I thought that was funny, at least for me. I don't know if the audience cared or not, but I find it funny, and I think it's great. So I'm going to do some more speedruns later. That's one thing I absolutely guarantee. When exactly? I'm not exactly sure when, but sooner rather than later. Okay, so our first voice here is looking like a standard subtractive one. It's usually my policy to set up contrasts. So if I do a normal OSC and a normal filter on this one, the next one will probably have a weird OSC or maybe an FM OSC or something different, not just for the sake of being different, but because two contrasting sounds will complement each other better than two very similar sounds, generally speaking. Most of what you're going to see me make today will be little generative sequences. So let's go with note sequencer B and a key quant for him as well. I've set this up with an 8-input mixer, but if I have to have this many modules I'm already at 22% for the first voice, so I don't think that's going to work long term as a strategy. We're going to have to find other ways to generate pitched content, but I think we can do that. So we'll send this normal clock to here. Send this sequencer into the quant into the pitch up to full. And at least for starters, let's use the gate out of the sequencer to gate this. Okay, it's a little restrained, but we got sound. experiment here. I had done something before experimenting with a octave switcher. Basically, in the last time I did it, I couldn't really hear it because I was only feeding random notes to the sequencer. So although the octave was going up and down, you couldn't really tell. But I'm going to try something different here. What I'm going to do is a similar implementation of that idea, but not identical. So first of all, I'm going to divide the clock a bit. I'm going to try dividing it by 4, sending it to here. So I'm going to put this one 12 steps up. Oops, like 12. And this one 12 steps down. Oh, I think I heard it working. And I'm going to reduce this to something like 6. It's good, but I think I want more division of clock. Okay, great. You heard it there? I think that was actually pretty good. Let's get a little more volume. Cool, great. So the last thing to do is to hook up the old logic processor and the randomness generator. That's called random pulse generator. And set this to AND. It's already on AND. So take this gate from here. And we'll send this guy to here and patch him into here. That's cool. And then it stops randomly. Good, that's what we wanted to actually do. So let's go ahead and build some more intermittent machines here. I wonder how many I can get. There's 27%. Okay, this will be the drum synth. How can we... So I kind of want both drums to play together because they're going to be a kick and a snare. So I think this time I'm going to insert my logic processor. It doesn't matter where I put it on the board, but I'm going to take the standard clock, feed that to here, and then feed the output to there. So basically, if the event sequencer doesn't get any clock, he won't run. Here, we already generated all the way down to the gate and then put the AND circuit in there. It really doesn't matter. So I chose to drag over this one just because I already had a setting for it, which is 12. And to give him about 17, so he's a little faster. But there'll still definitely be points where you won't hear any kick and snare at all. It's nice. It almost seems to like fade out rather than immediately cut off, which is a nice bonus, I guess. Let's put some... Yep. Okay, there they're running together. Drums cut out and the other guy cut out. Okay, cool. A key part here is adjusting these density knobs. The amount of time that they're quiet for and the amount of time that they're allowed to make noise for. Let's go ahead and dial in one of my patented 2-op oscillators here. Here we go. This guy's going to get a wave wrapper just because every time I give him one, it sounds good. So I'm going to put that here. Put the envelope over here. Trying to save on processing power with cheap envelopes. Okay, put in something weird for FMA input. And how should we... Maybe he can have a... Okay, this should be interesting. Check this out. Takes me a while to get there, but I get there. So, first of all, I'm going to wire this one into, I think, the normal click for now. And I'm going to give him a key quant just like I gave the other guy. Oh, come on, where are you? Key quantizer, there you are. What there should be is like a favorites section, so you can like put the modules you always use in there. But it's too late to ask for that now. So let's randomize this. Send this out here, and this into the pitch input. I was going to send in a second pitch input, but there isn't one on this cheap little oscillator. Oh well. I was going to use this second octave manipulator to manipulate him as well, and I was going to do it through a logic gate, but too late for that now. I could go back and get another... well, let's do it. I don't care. I was trying to avoid using up the voices, but well, when the voices are gone, they're gone. Let's use B. There he is. So now we'll feed this into one of B's pitch inputs. And here's the funky part. I'm going to take I don't want this guy to shift the octaves of this oscillator and this oscillator at the same time. I want them to be at different times. Otherwise, it'll sound boring otherwise. So how am I going to do that? My weird-ass way of doing it is logic delay. So there's the... Oh, I don't even know if that's going to work. Because this output is a pitch output, not logic. I guess we'll just experiment and see what happens. So there's a nice long delay on the logic. Well, that's probably too long. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we'll soon find out. Let's just wire in the other connections here. So this guy goes into FMA, turn him up, plug him into his amp, and his wave wrapper, and then out. So we should hook up this gate. For now, let's just give him this. Okay. Okay, well that's the delayed content coming out of the sequencer. The problem is it just pitched it up way the hell too much. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that little experiment. Let's just mute this guy for a sec. Not really giving me what I wanted. I'm going to kill this. And I'm just going to play with the wave wrapper this time. There's Here's a clocked random step generator. And my modules are really all over the place today. Feed him the standard clock. Put it into the wave wrapper's input. Okay, cool. And now for the final same trick we've been doing. There's the other voice. Okay, great. I want to get a... what am I looking for here? Logic processor. There it is. So again... just copied the pulse generator, and again I'm gonna adjust it from so it's not the same as the other ones, but it's pretty close. There it goes into there, and that into that. So this should allow it to there it is. Only thing is that those 16th notes are too annoying. At least that's how I'm hearing them. So I'm going to take... where are you? My good buddy clocked pattern generator. I just made 2 of those. I'm going to feed them the normal clock. I'm going to set them to whatever bank or pattern they want to be on. If I need to insert a randomness in here, I will, but not yet. And now I'm going to take, here's that one sequencer's output, which I think is too busy. I'm going to feed him this instead. Where's the other guys? The first guy is over here. And where's his AND gate? Yeah, up here, right? Yeah. So there's the 16-step source. I'm going to take that out again. And I'm going to feed this clocked pattern generator instead. It's good to tweak the drums a little bit here when they want to play. Something in the decay of that drum that I don't like. Here we go. Let's give him a little more volume. Notice that we still haven't randomized these patterns yet. The patterns are themselves random, but they're not changing. This is going pretty good. I'm going to try and squeeze out... I've got 73% used. So I'm going to go for a couple of these bad boys. I'm going to see if I can get 3 more voices of percussion oscillator on the board. And rather than feeding them sequencers, I'm going to just tune them to my song. So here you can see I've tuned them to C major pentatonic, to C, D, E, G, A, one of my most heavily used keys. So I think this guy's going to go down to C. He can stay there. It's probably too boring. Well, yeah, that's also boring. Let's go up to G here. And we'll take this one up to E5, if it's not too eye-piercingly, wateringly high-pitched. And plug them into the inputs here. And now we're just going to repeat the process, so... There's 3 of those, and we're still at 95. I need 3 logic processors. Okay, I got those. And can I get 3 more pulse generators? We'll soon find out. I can, and I did, and I'm at 96.7 with 7 voices, so let's wire them up. First of all, we gotta change the pattern so they're different from each other. Try going down this time. Stupid red button. Great, now we'll hook the clock gens all up to their same clock. We'll output each of the 3 to an AND gate, as we've been seeing today. And we will turn down the speed of these. Remember that they were low as 12. These guys are going to be a little bit more frequent. Because they're each on their own random pulse generator, these random drums will just show up, not the 3 of them together like the kick and snare, but just whenever the heck they feel like it. I thought about putting them on a slower clock, but I think the same clock will probably be fine. So we send those into the other input of the AND gate. We wire the AND gates into the 3 little synthy boys here, and they should start now. There they are. I'm going to increase the decay so they're a bit more tonal. There they are. Cool. Let's listen for a bit. Oh, I got a neat trick for you. Check this out. So we don't have enough sequencers or enough processing power left to send melodies to these guys. But what if we sent them the octave switcher? Kind of hard to hear, but it did work. Did I still have that? Oh, I wonder if I can make a logic delay now. Come on, processing power. 60%? Now we're talking. Oh, but wait, didn't this already not work? Yeah, it already did not work. Okay, let's just try connecting the octave shifter to each of the bad boys and see what we get. There it is, you see? So this guy, who's only 6 steps long, step 2 and step 4 shift the octaves. One shifts it up and one shifts it down. And all the rest just keep it as normal, and then it loops. See, there he's high, there he's low, and he's back to normal. That's cool. So that's a really intermittent and often changing pattern. Let's just listen to it a little bit more. Typing error there. Should be true intermit. That's what I'm trying to remind myself of. It's truly an intermittent sequence. It's good. When it comes together, it all works. Sometimes when the drums are out and they come in, they sound a little funky on the way in. I couldn't snap to it properly, sorry. But yeah, it's working for me. I really like this. So much variation and weirdness. If I had a little more processing power, I would do more stereo panning on the voices. But at 96.7, you ain't gonna get it. That's a pretty good usage of the power. So good, 7 voices in an 8-input mixer, and pretty good realization of what I was going for. So hope you've enjoyed this one. I don't want to give away too many big secrets, but I got some big surprises at the end of January. I'm gonna do some. At first you'll be like, yeah, it's another Nord Modular stream. What's the big deal? But it's definitely gonna be different. I got some tricks and I got some plans, and I'm gonna. Sometimes there'll be me talking, sometimes there won't. If there is one where you hear me not talking, just wait a bit, and there'll be a recap video later where I add the voiceover, depending which one you like. So yeah, get hyped for the end of January, because that is coming up sooner than you think. Father Moo saying peace out from the Nord Modular.